What's up, guys? Welcome once again to our One City YouTube channel. You never know where you may find me. But if I said, where do you think I am today? Like, what would be your first response? Would it be Baghdad, Iraq, Damascus, Syria, or any other war-torn country, Afghanistan, right? But no, I'm in South Minneapolis, in the midst of the rubble that is our city. And my question for you is, what we have been doing, does it seem to be working? And the answer is no. 6 or 7 months now since the tragic death of George Floyd and the riots that took part in our city lies in ruins. This is just one small location of numerous locations all throughout South Minneapolis where the rubble remains. And the reality of our city remains. The reality of the brokenness and the division and the hurt and the pain remains. And I want to leave you with this, and tomorrow we're going to begin to jump into what we believe is the blueprint for rebuilding our city and taking the rubble that is much of our city and beginning to rebuild. But I want to read 1 John 3:16 and 17. And I'm just going to leave it at that and just let you consider the scene around me. But this is what it says. It says, by this we know love, that he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brothers. But if anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother in need, yet closes his heart against him, how does God's love abide in him? Little children, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and truth. What we do know that is true from the very words of Jesus is the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. And we need those of you to jump on board with us at One City, Minnesota. Come on this journey with us. Subscribe to this channel. Come on Thursday evenings. We open God's word and we worship and we cry out for the Lord to lead us in the midst of the rebel. Lead us in our city, God. Give us vision, give us direction, give us discernment, but most importantly, give us the love of the Father. Like, this is the reality of our city. And we can turn a blind eye and we can stay in our comfortable suburban communities and pretend like this is not happening in our cities. But here is the reality. People are hurting and our brothers and sisters are in need, in particular the local urban church that sits right in the midst of the city. So what is our responsibility? Our responsibility is to love like Christ loved. To lay down our lives, come down into the city, and say, like, we want to walk alongside you. We want to see the city rebuilt. And that's what One City, Minnesota is all about. So we want you to come on this journey. Just consider the rubble around me and say, God, would you do what you did way back in Ezra and Nehemiah? Will you rebuild your city? Not so we can make a name for ourselves at One City, Minnesota, but that his name may go forth. And it might just be done through the local church with the good news of the gospel, with the people not running away from need, but running towards the sound of the gunfire, running towards the sound of rubble and need and saying, God, how can we be useful? We'll be back tomorrow. Love you guys.